I'm a Protestant, and I plan on dying one. I'm a Protestant. I'm a Protestant, and I plan on dying one. And I plan on dying one. Dying one. Dying one.
In the midst of an age that appeared to be a bleak, bottomless abyss of vice and ignorance, another man was ordained by the living God to be a vessel through which his light of truth could shine forth to the world. His name was John Wesley. Born on June 17, 1703 in Epworth, England, John Wesley was groomed in a well-ordered Christian home where he was homeschooled by his mother, Susanna Wesley. From a young age, he learned to be disciplined, good-mannered, and hard-working. As an academic at the famed Oxford University, John Wesley quickly became distinguished as a very studious and pious young man. Upon his completion of his studies there, he was ordained as a minister of the Anglican Church. However, with all of these accomplishments, John Wesley had yet to experience the true peace of God in his own heart. Relying upon his merits for his own salvation, Wesley's soul was as the parched garden languishing for the life-giving virtue that only the grace of Christ can impart. But on May 24th, 1738, all this would change. For on that day, as he listened to a reading of Martin Luther's preface to the Epistle of Romans, he felt his heart strangely warmed by the eternal good news that deliverance from sin can be found only in Jesus Christ. It was John Wesley's passion for this truth, that salvation only comes through the medium of Jesus Christ, that led him to fearlessly strike out against the manifold delusions that were concocted by the Roman Catholic Church, and thereby has immortalized his efforts as a Protestant reformer. In his now famous address, A Word to a Protestant, John Wesley said these words:
"Do not you call yourself a Protestant? Why so? Do you know what the word means? What is a Protestant? I suppose you mean one that is not a papist. But what is a papist? Are you desirous to know what these words papist and Protestant mean? A papist is one who holds the Pope or Bishop of Rome to be the head of the whole Christian Church, and the Church of Rome, or that which owns the Pope as their head, to be the only Christian church. In the course of years, many errors crept into this church, of which good men complained from time to time. At last, about 200 years ago, the Pope appointed many bishops and others to meet at a town in Germany called Trent. But these, instead of amending those errors, established them all by a law, and so delivered them down to all succeeding generations. Among these errors may be numbered their doctrine of 7 sacraments, of transubstantiation, of communion in one kind only, of purgatory, and praying for the dead therein, of veneration of relics and of indulgences, or pardons granted by the Pope, and to be bought for money. The doctrine of persecution. This has been for many ages a favorite doctrine of the Church of Rome, and the papists in general still maintain that all heretics ought to be compelled to receive what they call the true church, to be forced into the church, or out of the world. Well might our forefathers protest against these, and hence it was that they were called Protestants, even because they publicly protested as against all the errors of the papists.
There's a challenge for you. So the protest has been over for 15 years. And I get a bit cheeky here because I challenge my Protestant pastor friends. If there is no more protest, how can there be a Protestant church? Maybe now we're all Catholics again.